Hello, hello. All right. So I'm finally going to review a product today that I was supposed to do a while ago, and some things came up, and I just didn't have the time to get around to it. And I figured since I have the time to do bond tube review, I'm also going to make sure that I get this review done as well. Excuse me for 1 second, I'm kind of parched. Alright, so the product that I'm going to review is the hotbox vaporizer. It's a pretty sweet little box, I gotta say. For a vaporizer, I mean, it's not a big hunky unit by any means. Now, I recommend to you don't do this at home. But I don't really have feeling in my fingers from chemotherapy, so I don't have a problem doing this. But this is the hot box, and as you can see, it has a ceramic heating element inside of it. Kind of in that same fashion as like the Silver Surfer, I guess you could say. It's that same deal with the glass. You got your ceramic coil, and you have your glass joint that sits over it that will pull air through it. I just want to thank Hotbox Vaporizer for sending me this to try and review. That's pretty goddamn cool. Anytime you can try a product for free. And it's even better when you like the product. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to display it a little bit. While I'm getting it ready, I'll try and remember the things that I talked about with good man over there, who also does a lot of stuff for fuck cancer. And if there's anybody that's about fuck cancer, it's me. Because, well, a lot of you may not know. Some of you may know because you might be following me on Instagram. But I had Stage 4B Hodgkin's lymphoma. Was the most aggressive case that the University at Harvard had seen. Dr. Arnold Freeman, who was pretty much the guy who wrote the book on how to treat Hodgkin's lymphoma. He was pretty surprised at how aggressive it was. And to a point that I had the doctors at Harvard with my name up on a medical board with odds for treatments. That's how bad it was. Like, I was going to die. And, yeah. So enough of that sob story. Let's get into this review. Nice little whip. Hand-blown glass. If I'm not mistaken, from what I was told on the phone, the gentleman that does the glass work for this company at one point was doing glass work for NASA, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. But in any case, he's been using scientific glass for at least 30 years. And we got into a whole discussion about the glass-on-glass joints and how they're actually not being appropriately used, and that's another story as well. So anyways, this has a, I'm not going to say that it is anywhere like a pack for if you had a volcano. It's essentially like the same thing, like I said, for the Silver Surfer, about the same amount of a pack. It has like this nifty little, I don't know if you see that or not. Hopefully, maybe. Right there, that little dot. It's like a little fill-up line for you, so you know where you can go. I kind of like to go a little bit past it, because that's just the way I am. Walls to the walls at all times. Let me see here. I'm sorry for my pausing. if I'm not mistaken, there's a 5-year warranty on this box, and at the most it will cost $50 to have it repaired, and that is a complete repair, as in they used your shell, but they completely gut swapped the whole thing. And if some of you are not familiar with the term gut swap, it's taking out the key essential parts like the heating element, the glass, whatever type of board is in there to use for resistors and whatnot. That's all that is. So I broke up a little bit of medicine on my rolling tray. Howard Stern's Butt Bongo Fiesta. Hello, hello. Wake up, America. Hee! Yeah. So let me show you what this does. Get a really nice flavor off of this too. And another nice feature about this one is that you just plug it in. That's all there is to it. You don't have to play with a remote control of, oh, do I want it at 375, 420, 400, 365, 345. No. Just plug it in, it heats up, and you go. That's pretty simple. Especially if you're, I don't want to sound rude, but I'm not trying to sound rude. If you're an older smoker, may not be as hip into all the new technology and everything that's going on in the world, and you just want something simple that you can use, hotbox vaporizer right here. I'm telling you, all you gotta do is plug it in, let it sit there for about 20-30 minutes and heat up. Good to go. I've had this plugged in now for a couple hours. Gets a little warm. Gets a little warm on the top and everything. But there's this convenient little spot here in the two front corners that you can kind of hold it to move it around if you have to. Don't try grabbing the box anywhere else though, because it is pretty warm, and you will probably wind up dropping it from your natural brain reaction of, whoa, heat. So let me give you a little test here and show you its capabilities. Oh, another thing I want to say, this right here, I really like this little grommet right here that just kind of snugly hugs everything together as far as the whip is concerned, and just standard food hose like anything else. Comes with this just a little clear little mouth tip. I'm sure there's other ones out there that if you were into customizing, can make it a lot better, or well, better being your personal preference, obviously. So yeah, here, let's rip it up and see what happens. Another nice thing about this is that you can kind of like let the wand just rest on it. It'll rest there. It's kind of nice. And all it is just taking a nice stream. You're not going to see anything really because it's not like super condensed vapor. I also kind of held that one in. Because I'm not going to lie, I'm in a lot of pain and I am trying to medicate at the same time doing this review. So, the customer service for Hotbox is really nice. It's very quick. The guy that I talked with is really personal, really cool dude, and like I said, he does stuff with fuck cancer, which is cool. Also with these hot boxes, they have like a Cheech and Chong one. They have like a bunch of different music artists that have joined on with them and made them. Like if you're a fan and that's like you want to rep or something, the Cheech and Chong one looks pretty sweet. And if I'm not mistaken, they also had one where it's like you customize it, like draw your own stuff on there, which I thought was kind of cool. Uh, I guess it would help to be a little bit artistic if you were gonna do that, so you're not stuck with like 4-year-old chicken scratch on your vaporizer. But then again, that makes it original, you know, one of a kind. So let me try this again here and see if I can actually blow out a cloud that you can see, because you know, I'm sure that's what you want to know. How big of a cloud can this thing put out? That's what I'm looking for. Well, let me tell you, all that cloud that you're blowing out is just waste. Yeah, so you can't see it through the camera, but there was definitely a decent cloud that came out through that. And, excuse me, can't really say is that there's any type of a weird taste. Like, some people will talk about, oh, I taste burnt popcorn, or I haven't had that. And if you're a normal vaporizer type person, then you'll know that as you go through your hits, uh, because of the heat, it starts to get like a roasted flavor a little bit, like a little bit deeper. It's almost like if you were to take the remnants and put them somewhere and go back and smell them like a day later or whatever, you kind of notice that it kind of smells like roasted garlic a little bit. At least to me, anyways. That's how it smells. I have a pretty keen whiffer when it comes to that kind of stuff. So yeah, these boxes are not expensive either, which is another really good point. A lot of people nowadays we don't all have like, what is it? When I had a digital volcano when I first bought it, I think it was like it wound up costing me around $700 or more. And yeah, this is nowhere near $700. So the economic value is incredibly high for this. At least that's what I think. But then again, I could be incredibly high, right? Let me try another hit here. See if I can get anything for you. Try using my little ghetto light rig and which is my cell phone. See if I can get something for you. Like again, this is not a real quick to the point type of review. This is more one of my laid back, chilling out, just hanging out. I hope you're enjoying something on your end as well while you're watching this. I hope that, you know, it might change your mind about if you were thinking about getting one and you were like, I don't know. You know, I would say go with it. It's definitely very legit. Very legit. So hopefully you were able to see something a little bit better on that, because I know that this lay is horrible. It's like I'm coming to you from like Bin Laden's secret lair that he was hiding in for a while. So, oh man, I don't know why that just struck me really funny. So, anyways, most people like to. If somebody's like, all right, judge this on a scale of 1 to 10. I don't like doing that. I really don't. Because I don't think that 1 to 10 is an accurate judgment scale for anything. So I like to go with an index that my friend made up. He calls it the Coca scale. And it's 0 to 144. Right? So it more accurately judges things because I mean, you can say, oh, that was a 10. Okay, and that was a 10 too. So then there's no difference between them? No, there is a difference. There is a difference. So we use a scale of 1 to 144 because 100 is, I don't know. We don't like the 100. We feel feel that extra 44 is what's really needed to be able to determine if something is really legit. Because even the 100, it doesn't really efficiently grade it, in our opinion anyways. So, if I had to grade this on the scale of 1 to 144, right now I would probably give this thing about a 115. I was originally going to say 120, but I didn't want to make it sound too high for you. So I would give this a 115. At first when I was using it, I didn't like it because I was used to the Volcano with a full bag, or even like the Silver Surfer, where I could adjust the temperature to what I wanted, which isn't necessarily a good thing because then you might actually be going past the vaporization temperature. This one, on the other hand, there's no judging, and that's what I didn't like at first. And it was a while that I hadn't used it because I was going through some stuff, and I wound up just coming back to it recently, and I have to admit that I really like it. I really like it. I think I was too used to the Volcano at first, and also the Silver Surfer, and that was I guess what was making me so biased, I think is the word that I'm looking for, towards, because I was like, oh man, I can't get it hot enough. I don't feel like I'm getting what I normally would. Which, come to find out, is I was force feeding myself a bunch of hogwash in my mind because I wasn't used to it. So it was different, and you know how it goes with most people when something changes, they don't really like it at first. And then you get used to it and accustomed to it, and then you wind up actually loving it. That's what happened here. Oh boy. Sorry if this is boring to you, but also at the same time, I really don't care. That was the biggest asshole thing to say in the world, but honestly, I really don't care if you don't like it. I told Hotbox Vaporizer that I was going to take my time, do a lengthy review. So, that's what I'm trying to do anyways. Like I said before, if you were to have a problem with this and it did need replacement after 5 years, I believe from what the gentleman told me is that it is $50. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. And like I said, they do the gut swap for you. So essentially what's happening is you're getting a brand new machine for your $50. So, which you can't really beat, because most places, when their warranty runs out, what are they going to do? They're going to turn around and they're going to tell you tough shit. go buy a new one. You know, most likely. Or if they are going to have you fix it, it's going to probably be some exorbitant price, so that way they're getting money for it, like it is a new system anyways. And they're probably just putting in some second hand-me-down parts that weren't as good. But then again, I'm an Xbox modder, so I just know in the world of when they're doing Xbox repairs, you're not getting brand new parts all the time. You're getting parts that were refurbished, or somebody tweaked the laser to make it better. So this is actually brand new parts. He told me that for a fact. Every part is brand new when it gets replaced. And that's pretty sweet. And if I'm not mistaken, they also renew a warranty. But I can't, don't quote me on that. I can't be 100% sure. But I could have sworn. But it has been a while since that conversation. And like I said before, I have had a lot of chemotherapy. So sometimes some things slip the mind a little easy. So yeah, this is definitely a great vaporizer for somebody that hasn't used a vaporizer before at all. I feel like you're not going to have that chance of you set your temperature too high and you're taking a hit, and next thing you know, all of a sudden, boom, it sparks up. And now it's like your whole tube is pretty much ruined because now you have that smoke taste in it. And I've had that happen to me before. And that's where I can tell you that not the case with this one. Yeah. Somebody in their fucking car horn. My goodness. So, let me try this again. This is a fresh pack. I'm going to try to take a nice big hit for you so you can see through my shitty lighting again that my first hit was just, it was hidden. That's all it was. So, you should be holding your heads in for a little bit too, you know? There's no sense in I can't stand that. You watch somebody, like people that take dabs, they take the dab and they just blow it right out. It's like, what did you just take that whole huge glob for? Like, what was the sense in it? All you did was you melted it down into a vapor and then you blew it out all over the room, as opposed to holding it into your lungs where it could get absorbed a little bit. So, alright, here we go. Damn. Alright. Well, I don't know what it is. That first hit always tastes good. I guess it's the heating point of the material and the vaporization. Like, you get that first hit, it's just that when you're blowing out, you don't see it as much. And that's honestly the case with this, with every hit, you know? Like that one hit that I showed you through that was because I blew it out immediately. Like, these hit, if anything, this is showing you that your body is like truly absorbing everything that goes in from this, which is a good thing, because to me anyways, that I guess that kind of means you don't need as much, because your lung is actually absorbing it all, as opposed to like with a volcano or whatever. Like, it's kind of, in a way, it's overkill, because I mean, you can hold a hit in for a minute and blow out, and there's still stuff coming out, which means that you're actually, well, in my eyes, anyways, you're just wasting. And only need it's the Emerald. The whole key that Emerald used to say was you can always add, but you can't subtract. And works the same way. Because I'll tell you right now that when you're packing up that volcano and you're blowing out all those huge, humongous clouds, and you don't have anything, you're gonna wish that you had this little hot box right here, because you only need a little bit, little tiny bit, and the hits that you're taking are like, it's almost like they're instantly absorbed, and I like that. That's where I'm saying that I've really come to love this thing. And you know what? I'm going to back out on the 115, and I'm going to go back up to the 120. Like, there has you can't give it the 144, because there's obviously, even probably by their own company standards, they probably feel like that there's somewhere down the line there may be something that they could do to tweak it out even more and make it even better than it already is. And that would take it probably to the 144. But for right now, it's definitely a solid 120. And that's pretty damn good to me. If anything, in my grades, and a review is getting over 100, it's worth buying. This is definitely worth buying. It's, like I said, it's not one of your more expensive vaporizers. It's just a very simple shape, just a little box. You get this little glass wand, you put a little bit in, you get a little bit in, you get barely any that goes out, so there's not a lot of waste, and it's so clean. It's such a clean feeling. That's one of the things that I love to tell people about vaporizing when they're typically a smoker. And a lot of people will say, oh, I don't like vaporizing, like, it doesn't do anything for me. No, that's because you're so used to your mind being clouded up by the toxins of the smoke that you think that couch lock feeling is what you're supposed to be feeling all the time. A lot of times it's just oxygen deprivation to your brain in a way. This is not the case. It's so clean. It's such a good taste. Like, that's the only way I can. The best way to describe it is like smoking weed makes you feel like you have sandbags attached to you, whereas using a vaporizer like this right here, that gives you just that right temperature. It's just like I don't know. I'm sure you can tell by the way I'm talking in this video now. Like, what was that? Like maybe 3-4 hits, and I'm off here, off there. So it's a very good deal. Very good deal. I would recommend it. And guess what? It's made in America. Can you believe that? Something that's made in America. How about that? One of America's finest products made nowadays, because it's probably one of the only products made nowadays. So it's not like you're going to have to go deal with customer service that's just offshored to some third world country where the person really doesn't truly understand what you're trying to say, and they just keep referencing a basic sheet of things to say to you for every response. And no, you don't get that with it. You're talking to an American that understands you, understands what you're saying, understands where you're coming from. Yeah, that should be the biggest selling point now that I think about it more than anything. for this. It is American made. American made, and they don't give you the hassles and the runarounds like you would get with other companies. It's not expensive by any means. Not expensive. It's not that. It doesn't have that like blue LED glowing or some bag blowing up, or doesn't have fans in it and all the bells and whistles, remotes, whatever else there might be for vaporizers nowadays. Like, it's just exactly it's all you need. It's all you need. Just that simple ceramic heating element with their glass at just the right specs, however they do it, because they got that nice man there that's been doing all that scientific glass work for the last 30 years. And it's a dope product. I love it. I love it. Like I said, I didn't really like it at first because I wasn't used to the change. Everybody hates change at first, and then sometimes you come to realize that change is actually better. Unlike our situation here. But we're not going to get into the political shit. Not going to do it. Nope. Just going to keep my mouth shut. This is about hotbox. Hotbox vaporizers, baby. Boxtavius. This is the cousin of Boxtavius right here. And you might know the world famous Boxtavius. If you don't, I highly suggest that you go on Instagram and look at all his adventures. The dude's a party animal, chilling in ice cream coolers and hotel little convenience stores, out on the strip. He's on the Brooklyn Bridge. Like, Boxtavius is everywhere. And if you see Boxtavius, say hi to him, because a lot of the times he likes to give away things. So always be on the lookout for that red hotbox vaporizer named Boxtavius. He's a good guy. Also, they're at Champs right now too, and I don't remember the number of their booth. I want to say like 447, but I could be totally wrong on that. But they are at Champs, and I suggest that you check them out if you're there. Most likely you're not going to be there, but if somehow you do see this and within the next day or two you're at Champs somehow, then talk to him. It's great stuff. He was just with Tommy Chong today, actually, and they were showing off the Cheech and Chong hotbox vaporizer, which is pretty cool. And you know damn well this is the only... Oh, another point. This is the, if I'm not mistaken, this is the only vaporizer that is endorsed by Cheech and Chong. The only one. Which I think is pretty cool, man. I mean, Chong is the man, and if Chong says that hotbox vaporizer is the only thing that'll put his name on, then that says something right there in and of itself. Like, 'cause I think you would only want to strap your name to something that's actually quality. That's just me, anyways. That would be my preference. I'm not just gonna go out there and put my name on some shit product looking for money. I want something that I can stand behind. And you can definitely stand behind a hotbox vaporizer, that's for damn sure. You can like leave this thing on all the time. If you wanted to, you could get like real clever with it. If you were, if you had one of those clappers or something like that, and you wake up in the morning and it's just like, oh man, I gotta get ready for the day or whatever. Clap, clap. Oh, hotbox turns on. Starts heating up for you. It's like you could put it, like you could have it on a power timer or whatever, so that way it's ready for you. It turns on and is ready for you, like right as you're getting home from work. That's that's an idea that would be pretty cool. So there's a lot of cool things that you could apply this with if you wanted to. Uh, I'm sure that somebody out there has probably played with making some attachment for it. That if you were to turn like the box on its back and had it up, but that's if I'm not mistaken, there's something out there like that already. But yeah, man, this thing is really cool, and I really like the customer service, and I'll back anything that's American made, anything. And this is a legit company. It's not like they've only been around for a little while. Like, they've been around for a long while, and it's definitely very quality, very, very quality. And again, if you've sat through and listened to me this whole time, then thank you. And also, once again, thank you to Hotbox Vaporizers for being so kind as to send me this. I truly appreciate the gesture. Like, I don't really have a lot of money, being disabled, and this really, I gotta say, this is it's a nice little lifesaver right here, and I truly, truly appreciate the gesture. And if there's anything that I can ever do for you over here on the East Coast part, then just please say the word and let me know. And even if it's just going around and slapping stickers on things for you to get the word out, whatever it is, I'll try to do it to help you, because you were so nice to help me, and so gracious in the offering. So I got your back. Don't mind me, I'm a fucking nerd. So, yeah. And I hope everybody that's watching this is doing good. I hope you're all in good health. If you aren't in good health, or you're having some problems, just know that there is somebody out there that's got hope for you, other than your friends, somebody you don't even know. That's the way to put it. There's somebody out there that you don't even know that's hoping and praying for you. So, just keep that in mind. No matter how tough a situation seems, it was given to you because there's somebody that knows that you can handle it. So don't get too down on yourself. Whether it be you're just having financial troubles, or like you're actually having medical problems, you're diagnosed with cancer, you were diagnosed with some crazy disease other than cancer. There's a lot of things out there in the medical world. Like, just know there's somebody out there that's rooting for you, and somebody that's been through a lot of stuff themselves. And I was told that I was going to die, and I came to accept it. And this was just after I had turned 21, and that's a lot to be thrown into at an age like that. I don't want anybody to ever feel bad for me. I just want people to be aware of what you might have to go through. And if there's anybody to feel bad for, it's the little kids, because they have absolutely no understanding of what's going on. And they get thrown into situations that would make grown people cry, and they handle it in stride, smiling and laughing. So don't feel bad for, well, I shouldn't say that, because everybody's naturally going to feel bad. And I don't mean it as, oh, don't feel bad for somebody just because they got cancer and they're older. No, like, I'm saying the ones that you should truly feel absolutely horrible that they have to go through that are little kids more than anybody. They've had no shot at life. They have no one, like I just said, they have no understanding of what's going on. They have no concept of what cancer is, what the outcome can be. Like they don't understand that stuff. And if there's anybody that's watching this video that has lost a child to cancer, like, you're in my heart. Please put a comment down and let me know or whatever, because it kills me when I have to go to Boston to see a little 6-year-old sitting outside in a wheelchair with an IV drip bag, just trying to get a little bit of sunshine. That is probably the most traumatic thing that I ever saw in Boston. And I've seen some crazy things, from a Hickman catheter falling out of my neck and everything. And I think that was the most brutal thing. And it actually still bothers me. And it bothers me to a point that I don't even like going to Boston, because all I do is I see that little boy on the corner in the wheelchair every time, and it kills me. And it's not right. Unfortunately, we don't get to choose our destiny in life, really. Other than the hard work that you put in, there's nothing saying that you're going to be around for a certain amount of time. There's no expiration date stamped on the bottom of your foot. And I don't know, I'm just rambling because I'm emotional or whatever, and I'm just going to let it go. So you can see, like, the mindset of somebody that's gone through it. And I'll be the first one to tell you that I have PTSD from it. And I'm trying not to cry, because all I can see right now is that little boy in that wheelchair, and it bothers me so much, so much. I can still see him there in that teal blue shirt and his like little hospital PJ pants type thing that they gave, like that print that you see on gowns or whatever, and just like the mask, and that poor little guy's like shiny head with the sun beaming off of it, and it bothers me. And it also bothers me that I'm just gonna stop, because now I'm getting into like a whole thing about survivor's guilt and all that. This is not what this is supposed to be about. This is supposed to be about a review of a product, not turning into some emotional breakdown. So yeah, in any case, hotbox vaporizer, American made, great customer service, reasonably priced, easy to use. What else? What else do I want to say? Because I want to make this fifth one like the most like epic of them all. 5-year warranty. Haha. How about that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-year warranty, baby. You don't get that with a lot of things. For a vaporizer product, I should say. So that's all there is to it. Rated on my index of 0 to 144. It's a 120 strong, and it can get better. Yeah. In any case, for anybody that actually sat here and went through all this, much respect to you. I appreciate you taking the time to hear me out. And on that note, we're going to give a couple shout outs before I decide to stop recording this thing. First one I'm going to say is to A. Brooks Art, Aaron Brooks, Octoglob's pin. I don't know if you know about him or not, but if you are on Instagram, A. Brooks, Brooks art. Kid, he does amazing art. Like, I tell him all the time that his drip work is better than Ralph Steadman's, and he's always like, "Nah, man, Ralph is my inspiration, man. There's no way I'm better than him." No, Aaron, you really are better than him. You really are, man. Also, Truffleufkus, Oil Life Grassroots hat, Made Life, Oil Life. It's got this dope cheetah print on the inside. It says Truffleufkus right on it. This, we should try to show you this. The silk inside, well, it's like a satin or whatever, but it's actually, it's a picture of crumble, of BHO crumble, which I didn't realize until I just recently looked at it. So that's pretty dope. And yeah, like I said in my Bomb Tubes video, for every hat that he sells, he sends $5 of it to this cheetah conservation for saving cheetahs. And I love cats and I love big cats, so to me it was definitely, it was half the reason why I bought it, just because I thought that that was cool. And I think that it's really cool that he does that, because he doesn't have to give any of his profit to save anything. So if anything, that shows you what type of guy he is. He's real down to earth. Like, probably one of the headiest people that I know. Always positive. Always positive. As well as Luke the Brave. That kid is a fucking warrior. And that's who I use for my inspiration when I get down. Look for him on Instagram. I'm telling you right now. That's a tough dude right there. And yeah, man. Also, again, Bomb Tubes. Get to be part of the Bomb Tube crew. You're gonna love it. I'm telling you. It's worth every penny. The hat is worth every penny. The art is worth every penny. The vaporizer is worth every penny. The hat, the extractor, the vaporizer, the art, it's all worth his money. It all gets my stamp of approval. And yeah, I hope you all have a good time in life, and I wish you all the best. And now it's time for that sign off. Wake up, America.